The first thing you want to learn about in the buying process is representation. You want to know who's working for who in the transaction. I'm a buyer's representative and would like to represent you in the transaction. It's the difference between me working with you and me working for you. Step 2 is what I call the 5 easy steps to home ownership. It's getting qualified, looking at a list of homes available, viewing those homes, doing a little bit of research behind the ones that you're interested in, and then ultimately making an offer on the one you choose. In the qualification process, it's more than just whether or not you can purchase a home. It says what the daily interest rate may be, how much you're going to pay in closing costs, and most importantly, what are going to be your monthly payments, including the taxes and the insurance. After you know how much you want to buy, then you'll get a list of homes available that I will provide for you, and we will ultimately go and view those homes. After you've narrowed it down to about 1, 2, maybe even 3 homes that you're really considering, I will do a CMA and request a seller's disclosure for each of those properties. A CMA is my opinion on what the value of that home is worth. I'll take the recently sold properties in that area and compare them to the property that's being sold to determine the value. The seller's disclosure states what's wrong with the property right now, what things have been repaired to the property since they've owned it, and what items are going along with the sale of that property. With this information, you're pretty much equipped to make your offer. After making an offer and coming to an agreement with the seller, then you'll be looking at upfront costs. $500 for the earnest money, that's your good faith saying you're going to see it to the closing, $40 for a credit report, and about $400 for an appraisal. Okay? That's a total of $940. I require that each of my clients get a home inspection before purchasing a property, and the reason is because you'll learn a lot more from the home inspection than you would from just your everyday knowledge. Now, $350 is probably the most you'll pay for an inspection, but it is very, very important, and to me, it's pennies compared to what investment you're purchasing.
Okay.
Now, you may think, that's a lot of trust I'm putting in my realtor to determine what the market value of the property is and the seller to tell me what's wrong with the property. But I've highlighted a couple of checks and balances for you. The appraisal that you'll pay for is the checks and balances of my market analysis that I perform for you. So even if I may be off a little, that appraiser is the final verdict. The inspector is the checks and balances of what the seller puts in that disclosure. What happens if the roof is about to cave in and the seller doesn't know about it? What happens if the roof is about to cave in, he doesn't want to tell you about it? Well, that inspector will find those issues. Okay? So, it's good to know about those checks and balances. In learning about closing costs, I always like to guess high or estimate high so that you're within what it is that you're expecting to pay. A high estimation for closing costs A is about 3.5% to 3.8%. This is the bulk of the closing costs. The attorney's fees, title fees, transfer fees, recording fees, courier fees, etc. Closing cost B is about 1.5 to 1.8%. Now, what that is your buyer's cost, and that is the reserves or the prepaids, so to speak. And what happens there is that each month, as you're paying your monthly payments, a portion is taken out for your taxes and your insurance. Just to initially start that account is about 1.5 to 1.8% of the purchase price. Now, my personal promise to you and what you can expect from me as your realtor is this. Real estate to me involves much more than buying and selling houses. It's the people inside these homes that matter most. My principles include providing personal service that exceeds way beyond the close of the sale. I promise to meet and exceed your expectations while maintaining a dedication to the highest professional standards. through open communication, integrity, and good old-fashioned hard work. Thank you for choosing to work with me.
Thank you.